Welcome, everyone. We are excited to have you joining us tonight, or if you're not joining us live and you are watching the replay, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. We are in for a treat tonight. We actually have two amazing ladies that are going to be on with us tonight. We have Dr. Mary Starr Carter, who has been helping women, especially women, with their health and wellness for 25 years and just is a wealth of knowledge and has been sharing that with others and has been influencing people's lives. I know mine personally, she has, with all of the things that she has shared from her journey that she's learned and things that she does for all of us. And we also are very blessed to be learning from the amazing Sandra Wallace tonight. She has changed hundreds of people's lives. Dr. Mary has also changed hundreds of people's lives with different natural health modalities. She's experienced helping clients for the past 15 years, I believe it is, with these little miracles in a bottle. She is a certified raindrop therapist and also performs aroma freedom technique. I believe she's certified in that too. Sandra, if I have the wrong details, you can correct me.
Good.
I have a couple notes and then I didn't pull them up. So, and Sandra has 6 children and 3 grandchildren, and just she is a wealth of knowledge and she very generously shares it with others. And we have an opportunity tonight to learn from both of these amazing ladies. So you might want to grab a pen and a paper in case you want to jot down some notes. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Mary, I believe, to get us started.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Gwen. You are just a treasure. Anyone who gets to work with Gwen, you are so blessed. She is a wellness educator. You can find her online, working out and shrinking. How many pounds have you lost in the
I've
Rebel Woman?
a little over 50 pounds I've been able to release in just under a year. So
That is incredible. Let's give her a round of applause. The Rev Up
thank
Wellness
you.
Program. We're so psyched to watch her. And she has been helping people for several years now, quite a few years. And it's just amazing the inspiration she is. She is helping everyone every Thursday night. And next week, Gwen, we have a very special, let's announce it now.
Okay.
We're having a
Next. Oh, go
leap
ahead.
year party, right? A leap year party. Super fun. I know we sent you out that and stuff too. So we've got trivia, we've got some fun stories. So if you have a personal story with one of the products that we share, one of the nutritionals, one of the income program, we'll talk to you a little bit more at the end as well. But make sure you come to that. Bring a friend, bring a guest, maybe someone who's brand new to natural wellness, health, all things young living. Bring them. So and we're giving away an essential oil of the Bibles kit, which is valued. It's a retail like 300. Yeah.
Yeah.
$300. Frankincense, myrrh, like all these oils that they used in Bible time now are going to be used. You get in a kit, which is so valuable. Science has proved so much about them. So anyway, I'll get us started to introduce my very good friend and a woman tonight is going to talk about emotional balance. You know, many years ago, I found myself in a very dark place. My family life was a mess. I was overweight. I was just everything was just felt so heavy in my life. And this friend of mine came up, this doctor friend, she goes, "You need to meet my friend Kathy." Kathy was kind of this crazy woman that said, "These are little miracles in a bottle." And I said, "What? That can't be." But I went to this class. I used one of these emotional blends you'll probably hear about tonight on several people's feet. And one of the gentlemen came up to me afterwards the next day. He said, "I slept better than I ever slept in my life." And that was the beginning of me understanding that, hey, maybe there are other things out there that are going to help me and my future clients as a chiropractor. So fast forward, and I dive into this world of natural health, natural wellness, these natural remedies that you will hear about tonight. And I get to meet this wonderful woman, Sandra Wallace, and she was a health practitioner. She was so knowledgeable. She has this little cute clinic there in North Carolina that I got to go to, where she does a technique called raindrop technique, which is, we'll let her share a little bit about that as well. But I've watched this woman over a couple of decades now. I think we've known each other almost a couple of decades. I've watched her really hone in a niche. And what that niche is this emotional support, emotional balance technique, which if some of you were on last week's call, you stayed to the end, you got to see a very beautiful process of it. And I'm hoping that tonight that she can share a little bit about that. And maybe there's someone out there too that she can, because this is a service that she provides, whether you're there in her clinic or you're across the world here in Zoom. This is something that she provides for people who need that kind of support. And everybody should agree that we all need emotional support. Even some of my friends here who I know work with animals and things like that. We all need emotional support. This is so good. So please welcome Sandra Wallace all the way from North Carolina tonight. We're so excited to have you here, Sandra.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I just really appreciate this whole team and all of you guys, your support. And it's just nice to have, just like that's part of your emotional support. It's just being able to have somebody to share things with, things that you're not. I know that we're supposed to focus more on the positive, and I'm going to explain a little bit about that, of why and the benefits of it. But it's also nice to have a really safe place and that you can go and that you can say, possibly, maybe I'm discouraged or, or different things like that, or I'm having a hard time, or I'm struggling, or I've got the blues. And I want to talk to you a little bit today about the relation between the physical and the emotional. So there are electrical currents that run throughout the whole body. And you can see that because how many of you have had any experience with acupuncture? How many of you have had a raindrop? That's what this is all about, is that information flowing through the nerves, through the fibers of the body, because God created, like I've heard Dr. Mary say before, Gwen, all of them say before, God created the body to heal itself. It's designed to heal itself. So basically what happens is when you have emotional shocks, it can be physical shocks, it can be financial, it can be surgical. It can be, I don't remember if I said financial. I did. I said financial, or a car accident. Anything like that is considered a shock to the body. And the amazing thing, the more that you delve into this and into natural health, and as you guys probably already know with your oils, you can't separate the physical from the emotional. And when the oils work on the physical, they work on the emotional. Or hey, if they work on the emotional, they work on the physical.
Sandra,
they're all intertwined.
Sandra, I'm going to encourage you to talk just a second about essential oils, because I know we have several new people watching and some new people watch. So what do you mean about essential oils, and what are you talking about specifically? How do essential oils affect the emotions?
Yes, the essential oils affect the emotions, because that was what I'm getting ready to get to, is because God did not assign all of the emotions to be stored in the heart. God designed our bodies for these emotions to be what I call, because I'm a farm girl, assigned to or farmed out to the different organs in the system. So it's, for instance, it's just like anger is stored in or handled by, processed by the liver, fear in the kidneys. You can find charts like that on the internet if you will look up organs and emotions. So when we use our essential oils, what happens is when they go to work on the different organs and the different systems in the body, when you use your reference book and you have something going on in your lungs, and maybe you're having a hard time getting a deep breath, or maybe you have some congestion in there, and you use an oil to help you breathe deeper and bring more oxygen into your system, then you're also helping your body to process grief also. So what happens is your oils go in and they help to cleanse the receptor sites. They help to cleanse your cells. They help to reprogram your cells. And because of that, then it helps your body to process emotions that may possibly be locked up in those areas of the body. And Dr. Mario, is that what you wanted me to explain?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. And if you guys have any questions or anything, just pop in and ask or put it in the chat there. The reason why that I started with the AFT, which is Aroma Freedom Technique, is because I know people and I've experienced things myself where I would have grief or sadness or the blues, for instance, like that. And almost to the point to where it's like I feel these emotions and I'm really not sure why. Because I've had my clients come in there and they're like, I feel really, really blue or really, really low. And I really cannot pinpoint why that is. So with the Aroma Freedom Technique, what we do is the first thing that we do is we set a goal. And as we set the goal, a goal, for instance, can be, let me think about this 1 second because I had it on the tip of my tongue. So basically what it is setting a goal is I want to be able to forgive that person, or I want to be able to go to work and not feel anxiety. All of these different things that you can set a goal and you can say, put it in an affirmation of, I am going to go to my job and I'm going to feel peaceful and calm when I go. One of the things that you'll explore with AFT then is when you say that, how possible does that feel when you think about that? And you rate that on a scale of 0 being absolutely no way that's going to happen, all the way to 10, which there's no way it can't happen. I've got this. I have got this conquered. So you decide how possible does that feel to you? And then when you come up with your scoring system, which whether it's a 5 or a 6 or a 7, whatever you feel, then I ask you, where do you feel it in your body? So this is where we go right back to the body stores memories in different areas and different systems of the body. So that's why you want to pay attention to where you feel that in your body. So you could feel it in your throat, like you felt like you were going to cry. You can feel it in your shoulders. You can feel stress in the neck, or you can feel your stomach burn when you think about those negative feelings or negative memories. Then the next step that we use is, okay, we're going to breathe in an oil, which goes into that frontal part of the brain where you store your emotions, and it helps you to process it. And basically what it does is it gives you a different perspective. And I tell people it does not cause you to have amnesia, but what it does is it causes you not to have the physical reaction when you recall that memory, maybe go into the room with that person, maybe think about going to work, or maybe even wondering why I have a hard time presenting Young Living to people. There's even that possibility. So the body, I like to reemphasize that the body stores different emotions in different organs and different systems. So that's why you need to pay close attention to your body and where you have aches and pains. And that is why these oils, particularly the special blend, I'm going to give you guys a secret, a special blend of Stress Away, frankincense, and lavender. You can do little resets on yourself. For instance, today, I'm going to give you an example. Today, I am having to car shop because I had an accident and they ended up totaling my car. The deer came after me. I didn't go after the deer. And so today I got obsessed with trying to find, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What kind of car am I going to get? What in the world, and am I going to have enough money to cover the car? What are the payments going? And I just became obsessed with this, trying to work it out. I knew I had another client coming to see me today. And I took that blend and I sat down with clarity, brain power, and that blend of calming, peace and calming. And I sit there and I'm like, so where am I feeling this in my body? Basically, I want to set my goal. My goal is to clear my mind, focus on my client, give my client the answers they need to help them, and to put this situation, I guess I'll call it, this situation out of my mind so that I can fully focus on my client. So I sat there and I'm like, where do I feel this in my body? Well, I kind of feel it in my chest and I'm really feeling it in my head. So I took the oil and I rubbed my hands together and I'm like, breathed it in, took good deep breaths, and you can almost just feel it drain out of your body. By the time my client came, went through a few other steps, but by the time my client came, my mind was clear, I was focused, and I was able to help her with the things that she needed. So this AFT and emotions, the way that they flow through the body, it is so helpful in so many different situations. Because I have saw people that have had maybe, let's say, pain in their shoulder, pain up their neck. And I'm going to have to tell some funny stories because I have people to come in, my shoulder's killing me, my neck is killing me. I'm trying to find out what's wrong with it. So I'm like, okay, I have to ask you this question. And they're like, okay, what is it? And I'm like, have you been like super, super angry with someone lately? And they're like, yeah, as a matter of fact, how long ago has it been? And it could have been last week. I have somebody that I'm still angry with after years. And they're like, what does that have to do with my neck and my head? And I said, because fury and gall runs through the gallbladder meridian, through your gallbladder. Where does that run? It runs right up the shoulder and up through the neck and into the head. This body of ours is absolutely amazing. So if you have a sore leg, if you have a sore knee, if you have anything in your body that needs balancing and support, do this. Be sure and sit and ask yourself, what is that associated with? Get out an organ emotion chart that you can find on the internet, or, we can put one in the comments later with this recording, and say, do I experience those feelings? Do I have any of those negative emotions? When we do the AFT, when we think about emotions, sometimes we do not think, and I'm just going to hold it up here because I don't have share screen. I don't have it on my computer. But if you can see this, I'm trying to get it to where it's not. This is just one wheel of emotions. Just one wheel of emotions. So when I work with my clients, I ask them, tell me when you remember this memory, what emotion is that associated with? And it is fascinating because they start going through the wheel And it's like, I'm not really sure what it is. And you look on the wheel and you're like, actually, I believe that I feel helpless about that situation. Well, helpless has everything to do with thyroid. It's connected with the thyroid. So that is how that I perform an AFT. That is how there's no separating physical from emotional. That is how you can pay attention, closer attention to your body. And you can trace it back to emotions, or you can do it backwards. Why am I having this emotion? Why do I feel this anxiety and this tension? Why do I feel this aggravation? Or why do I feel like I really want to tell somebody off right now? Well, check what you've put into your body, what you've put into your mind. Double check whom you've been around. And I tell people when I'm going to jump to the raindrops just a little bit. I tell people when you lie down to do a raindrop, that it's a detoxification, a cleansing of the receptor sites in the body, of not only the physical, but the emotional. So if you actually have a recording of an unpleasant experience running over, playing over and over in your mind, that is a sign that you have not processed it. And that is the benefits of using your essential oils and your AFT and also your raindrop too. Dr. Mary, do you want to step in and ask any questions or clarify anything? I value your input.
This is awesome. This is awesome. Give us a quick definition of what raindrop technique is, so people know what it is, what to expect if they ever come visit you or me or anyone who does raindrop technique. And first start with essential oils and why you chose Young Living essential oils.
Okay. The reason why that I chose Young Living essential oils is the fact that I researched online every essential oil company that I could come up with. And Young Living, first of all, this was just preliminary before I ever became a member. I had a piece. I'm just going to tell it. I had a piece whenever I would read about Young Living and their products. I liked what they said about the quality. I love the integrity of the company. I love the trouble that they went to keep the oils cleaned and things to not be contaminated. Then when I got into Young Living, that's when I learned the facts of the impression that I've got of Young Living was true. When we would use Young Living oils, I saw such results with people, such fast results. I received such fast results with them. So what convinced me to become a Young Living member was I personally had a bout of shingles that I had been dealing with for almost a week. And I had an older woman than I'd been going to Bible school, helping with Bible school. And I told her, she asked me if my back was still bothering me because it previously had been. I thought I had been spider bitten. It was August, hot, sweaty, outside working on a patio. And I really thought I had been spider bitten. I showed her my back and she said, "Oh, honey, you have got the shingles." She said, "My uncle has had them and I know what they look like." By the time I got home, because I'd been dealing with it for a few days, and I'd been telling, I'd had Amelia to work on my back for a massage. I'd been not doing very many oils because I wasn't even a member at the time. So I was on my hands and knees sobbing, We applied oils to my back, to the area where they were located. And within 30 minutes of that, guys, I laid down and went to sleep. If that doesn't make an impression on you when you're in that much pain, and for you to get the results that fast within 30 minutes and being able to lie down and go to sleep, that blew my mind. So I started seeing clients, because I have drops and things, but I started seeing clients within a few days of that. And my clients started asking me how my back was, and I told them what happened and about the oils. And before I became a member, I had about 4 people lined up to get kits, because they said, give me some of that. I want some of that. And then the more I learned about Young Living, the thing that impressed me the most, guys, was the integrity. The extent that Young Living would go to protect the products when we don't see it and we don't know it. And that, to me, when they will allow us to be without a product before that they will give us anything inferior, that to me is integrity, because it's not about the almighty dollar. It is about helping us and keeping us healthy.
That's so true. And for a brand new person who's thinking raindrop technique, and all these people that are saying they can do it on dogs and they do it all
Yes.
over, it's these pure essential oils that we get from Young Living that are applied to the feet, the spine. And you heard about these points she was saying. I mean, they go right over these points up the whole entire spine. This was the basis of how I treated every chiropractic patient. They
Yeah.
thought it was a great chiropractor. I know you've got people booked out for months to come see you for this, but it's like all of this is connected, right, to the emotional. But getting back to the emotional support, because you are such a wealth of knowledge and you do so much. We got stories coming in over here.
I love it. I love it.
I know. Well, so we'll have you come back and maybe even get you to, or maybe when we're together in May, we'll get a raindrop video together so people can watch it and stuff too. But definitely reach out and find someone to get a raindrop. Is such a beautiful technique. So getting back to the emotional balance technique too, because this is something you provide but like you said, sometimes you can just grab an oil and get relief yourself. Do you want to demonstrate that tonight? Do you want to volunteer to demonstrate? How do you feel comfortable with that? Is this feel safe enough for whoever wants to volunteer with that? This is a service that she charges $97 for, this would be a mini version, but that she charges, she normally spends 45 minutes to an hour with you and goes deeper. But I think sometimes those little things you can walk someone through if they have an essential oil, right? I guess they would
Yes.
have to have some essential oils with them.
Yes. Yes.
Do
You're
you
not
feel
limited to just those 3 at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I'm putting you on the spot, Kaylee. I don't know if Kaylee has any essential oils with her. What essential oils do you want a person to have nearby?
Ideally, stress away, frankincense, and lavender is the ideal set. But if you would have just basically anything, peace and calming would work. Even envision, inner child. Any of the emotional support oils is great, but you can tell me what you have, and then we can tweak it.
Okay. So let's clarify to that. I'm going to come back up on the screen. So we have in Young Living Essential Oil put together a group of essential oils that are specific for emotional support. Now, all oils work on the emotional system because every time you smell it, an essential oil goes directly to the emotional center. We have kits of oils, the feelings kit. We have emotional freedom kit. We have all of these beautiful oils that work on our emotional system. They are very high frequency many times. They're very balancing. They are more expensive than your everyday, lavender oil, but they work. Holy moly, do they work? Gwen, are you volunteering? I see you. She's like, oh, no. Let's see. Oh, who wants to volunteer? Who's got some essential oils? Marjolaine. Okay, Marjolaine's, I think, volunteering. This will be very good. I'm gonna spotlight here. And I'm gonna take myself off. So Marjolaine, do you want to share a little bit with Sandra a little bit of your health background? I know you had a pretty horrific accident several years ago.
Oops. Okay. Yeah, I had a horrific accident 5 years ago where I've had two of my feet were smashed and one of them was reconstructed. And so I walk and I've done a lot of work and almost pain-free, but it still niggles at me. And yeah, emotionally, I'm feeling a bit drained at the moment. So that's not to do with my feet. That's just basic life. I'm in between clients at the moment, trying to fit this in, trying to fit everything in. Yeah, it feels a bit everywhere. Can you hear me?
Yeah, so would this be something like you could help her just feel more balanced before her next client? Maybe that's
yes, more balanced. Okay, now, is it Marjolaine? Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
That's pretty. All right, so let's set the goal. So what would you want to work on today if you could pick anything?
Probably more courageous, more confident.
Yes. All right. So when you say to yourself, I am steady and confident, how true does that feel to you?
Steady and confident.
On a scale of 2. On a scale of 0 being it's not happening, all the way to 10, which I've already gotten this.
2.
A 2. Okay. Now, when you say that to yourself again, I am steady and confident. Say it to yourself. And then where do you feel that in your body?
Yeah. Probably in my voice, in my ear.
In your chest. Is it in your chest and throat, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just, yeah, just probably in my feelings of going to cry any minute. So just.
Yes. So the feelings that you want to cry. Okay. Is there a specific memory or is there a specific experience that you have that makes you feel the same way in your throat?
Not that I can think of, just that I've got so much on today and I've got a client coming in and I feel probably imbalanced with my time, that feels everything's on top of each other.
So would you say what emotion is that goes along with that? I'm going to suggest a couple to make this go a little bit faster. Do you feel like maybe it's overwhelmed?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what you described to me. So most of the time I'll give you time to look at the wheel and pick it out, but I mean, you just nailed it with overwhelm. Okay, so now when you think about the word overwhelm and seeing your clients and balancing out your time and balancing out your body, do you still feel that in your throat?
Yeah, I still feel that way.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what I would like you to do is take equal parts of your lavender, frankincense, and stress away, like 1 drop each, 2 drops each. Then you take those and rub them together and do a hand tent. And close your eyes, and you're going to think about a couple of things. You're going to think about your throat and the need to cry. You're going to think about overwhelm and what does that look like to you. And as you breathe the oils in, as you watch that little skit or that little movie that you have playing in your mind, breathe in as deeply as you can. And then just share with me what you notice. And take your time.
Well, it's funny. I feel like the color green. It does.
Yes.
It's a funny thing. The color green, which to me is fruits. It's fresh. It's hope, I guess.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Continue breathing in and thinking about that a little bit more. Think about overwhelm. Think about your throat. And I'd like to see you take 1 or 2 breaths and take it in and just breathe it in as deeply as you can and hold it for just a few seconds. Don't get lightheaded, but just breathe it in and hold it a few seconds. And then easily breathe it out when you're ready. And then when you notice any changes, and it might take just a little bit, so take your time. When you start noticing anything shift or change, you just express it when you're ready.
Well, now I feel like just coughing all that.
So think about this. Coughing is associated with what? It's in the lungs. And
Breathing.
the lungs is responsible for grief.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you're processing some grief. So just breathe deeply again. And just tell me what you notice. And if you cough, that's okay. Just because you're on here with us, it's okay. Take your time. Is the movie staying the same in your head? The overwhelm, the clients, the time management that you expressed to me?
Probably still there's a linger of it because I'm still looking at my watch, but yeah.
Okay, so when you say I am balanced and solid,
yeah. Yes.
when you say that to yourself, how possible does that feel to you?
Now?
And it's okay if it goes down, it's okay if it goes up. Yes, now.
Probably creeping up to 3.
To a 3?
And yeah, because of frankincense, I can really feel the frankincense nurturing now.
Yeah.
First I smelt the green. I don't know, what was the green? Must have been the stress away with the lime. And now I'm sort of feeling the warmth of the frankincense and the lavender, the nurturing side of that scent.
Yes.
And now I feel like crying, but it's a different kind of cry. It's more of a releasing cry rather than an anxious cry.
So now that you've described that to me, how possible does it feel when you say I am balanced and secure?
Very, very encouraged.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 now?
6.
That's quite a jump from a 2 to a 6. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what you'll want to do now is, if you happen to have a Valor there, if you have an inner child, anything that you have handy, anything close to it.
Yeah, just a minute. Inner child.
Great, great. Now, I would like you to take a drop of inner child. And rub your hands together again. And now I want you to think about the very happiest childhood memory that you can think of. What was just one of the most pleasant, fun thoughts that you can think of? And do you have that?
Probably if I spend time. Yes, I do have a very good childhood
Then
memories.
breathe in. I'm sorry, there's a delay. I don't mean to interrupt you, but breathe in as you watch that memory. Think of how happy you were, how carefree, how safe you felt, how supported you felt in that memory. Take one good deep breath all the way down as far as you can get it as you watch that childhood memory. And you can share with us anything that you're comfortable with sharing. What do you notice?
Oh, fantastic. I do have a memory maybe people would like to know. A little girl coming on a boat in Australia in a stripy suit, like it wasn't a pajama suit, but it was handmade just for me. This bright, and I had 2 big ponytails hanging down.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
so sweet. Okay, now I want you to repeat. I feel balanced and secure.
I feel balanced and secure.
So now when you think about your time and your clients, how possible does it feel for you to feel balanced and secure? How true is that
Very
to you?
possible.
On a scale
Very
of,
true.
what is it on the scale? What would you rate it?
I'm not very good at this rating. Probably still 6.5, 7. Yeah, getting up there.
From a 2, that's very good. I feel like that you made a lot of progress. And what you may notice as you go throughout the day is you may find that 6.5 or that 7 may even climb to an 8 or a 9, because it takes a little bit for those receptor sites to continue cleansing, because the essential oils stay active, the molecules stay active in your body. And then it's like you may even see improvements as the day goes on. So again, you'll want to drink extra water. You want to support yourself, and refresh yourself with those oils whenever you start feeling that overwhelm. And then just ask yourself, is this true? Do I feel balanced? Do I feel secure? And then breathe it in, and there you go. I'm glad you feel better from a 2 to at least a 6 or a 7.
That was awesome. Thank you, Marjolaine, for volunteering. Have a great day.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. I don't know. I just sat over here with my joy oil, and now I look at my to-do list and it doesn't feel so overwhelming. It's I think
to me, it's still amazing how it works.
I think so many of us were smelling our oils at the same time. It was really beautiful. I want to honor your time. And of course, I want Gwen to come back and take over here in a second. But is there anyone who has any questions, and or if you've had experience with this technique or with Sandra, either write it in the chat or share your short 30-second story. Or have the essential oils helped you be more balanced, helped you feel more emotional support?
I could share.
Yeah.
We actually last fall, my daughter went and disappeared, and I was out in the yard, and I was like, every bit of my body felt like jello. I was a nervous wreck. And when she showed back up, we came in the house and both of us done the aroma freedom technique that night. And just the relief that we got from that, and just like it I've had things in the past that Sandra's helped me with that I carried with me for 20 years, and I was able to let that go that night. I still have the memories, but I don't feel that hurt, and I don't feel all that stress with it when the memories come.
Oh my goodness, that's so beautiful, Tina. Thank you so much. Mick, what is your question? Can you put it in the chat?
Well, can I maybe verbalize it? Yes. Thank you. That was very beautiful. Thank you so much, Sandra. And I'm wondering if one has to smell, work with the feeling of overwhelm and smell the oils at the same time, or the way I've done it that seemed to help me is think of that feeling and then immediately transpose it with something that's true and positive, right? And then smell that and put myself on the beach in some beautiful place, right? So I was interested how you worked with Marjolaine and said, okay, smell the oils and think about overwhelm at the same time.
Yes.
Right.
Because basically what that does is it goes in and dissolves the overwhelm, or it dissolves the experience that causes the negative emotion. And then we end with the positive.
Mm-hmm.
Then we end it with close it out with the positive, so that we end on a good note. But it's basically because there are emotions and experiences that get in there, and I call it like super glue to our body and our organs and our systems in that area or any area. And then so what we want to do is we want to focus on what is stuck and not moving through the body, so that we can help oils locate the area to help it dissolve it, because we want it out of the way. Yeah. We don't want to skip over it and just go to a good emotion. We want to go through that bad memory, that ugly, stressful memory, so that it'll dissolve and it won't have that physical reaction on it when we pull up to it again or we face it again.
Thank you so much. That's super helpful.
You're welcome.
Oops. Thank you, Mac. I was talking and I was hearing, but any other questions for Sandra too? One of the things we have to remember too is how powerful just the aromas, because Young Living has such potent and pure essential oils, that how it can calm our nervous system. That stress away frankincense and lavender, I mean, those are all in our premium essential oil kit, and Valor as well in that premium essential oil kit. So there's so much that we can do to calm our nervous systems. I work with a lot of perimenopausal women, and it's just, we're so heightened all the time, not even aware of the emotions, but just diffusing oils, having oils in the car, all of this. It's been so awesome. So I'm going to let Gwen do the announcements, but I just want to remind everyone that Sandra is a phenomenal teacher, phenomenal trainer. We try to get her on maybe once a quarter, at least every 6 months, to come back, because she has so much knowledge to share with with you. We have another wonderful video that she's talked about her career in Young Living, because you actually can have a career in it as well, and what it's done for her and her family. But Sandra, if people want to get a hold of you, maybe they want to have, a 1-hour consultation with you. How can they do that? Can they find you on Facebook? Is there email? What's a good way to connect with you?
Oh, yeah. I am on Facebook, and it is Sandra Gilreath Wallace, and you'll see my face. And then I also have a website that is sandra-wallace.com.
Okay, wonderful. We'll put that in the descriptions too. Awesome. Thank you so much. I encourage everyone to get a consult. But wait, we are going to have Gwen come on here in a second too. And Gwen, tonight, why don't we do, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but now I'm going to take off. But if those of you want to stay on for a minute or so, Gwen is going to do a giveaway. We have a mystery oil bag in the giveaway box. So we'll do a giveaway. I'll let Gwen go back here. Thank you, Sandra.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Sandra. And also thank you, Mary, for being here with us as well. That was a super powerful time that we've had here tonight. So we do have the recording available, that if you were here with us live and you're like, I just need to hear that again, that's going to be available for you tomorrow. And if you don't have these oils and you're like, I need to get some of it, then you can do that. There are, get back with the person that invited you tonight, the person that shared this with you, and they will be able to help you. But maybe you just want to grab a couple of the oils that Sandra talked about, and you can do that, and you can grab them at retail. Or, as Mary mentioned, we have a premium starter bundle that has, it has 4 of the oils that Sandra talked about, or there is another bundle that has a bunch of feelings oils. So you can grab one of these bundles and unlock the wholesale discount. Or you can go all in and say, I really want to try these, and you get the bundle and you get it on our subscription program. So you get some other free gifts and some points back, and you get some perks that you decide to try this month after month and build your collection and make those changes. So be sure to get back with the person that invited you to let them know where you see yourself getting started, what you liked best about tonight. And if you have any questions, they will also be able to help you get connected to where you need to do that, the information for Sandra, and sometimes they might have the answer to your question. But I know I'm not the expert on everything, but a lot of times I can connect people to where they need to go to find the information. And whoever invited you tonight is going to be able to do that as well. So we just want to thank everybody for presenting, Sandra for presenting. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And as Mary said, we do have a little giveaway. So I will go ahead and do that real quick. It'll take me just a moment to pull it up for us, but I will do that. And if this is your first time joining us, I know I saw a couple people, I think maybe are some VIPs tonight. We would love to know who invited you. You can tell us in the chat who invited you. We'd love to give them credit for inviting you. And we're excited that you joined us. We are here every Thursday night at 8:30. Some nights we have classes like this, and other nights we are featuring some of our brand partners that have decided to take advantage of the income opportunity and doing some interviews with them and hearing from them. And next week, you do not want to miss. You want to be here next week. It is Leap Day. It does not happen every year. So we are going to have a little bit of fun. We are having a leap year party. And so get your testimonials around, because we are going to have some fun. We're going to have a scavenger hunt, but we are also going to be sharing a testimony. So if you have been using the products, I am sure that you have something that has happened for you once you started using those products. So come bring your quick 30-second testimony where you tell us, this is what I used and here's what happened. And, you know, it's a great way to hear how people are using their products too. So if you're just getting started, come and hear how people are using their products. And if you are somebody that has been getting a paycheck, we would love to also hear your testimonies from the income opportunity. So, and we are giving away, it looks like over $300 in prizes, including that Oils of the Ancient Scripture kit, which is an amazing kit. If you are not familiar with that, if you visit our link tree, there is a link there to the class that we taught. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. Dawn taught an amazing class on that kit where she told us about all of those oils. So you want to check that out. And let me go ahead and get our winner here. I just have to look, and it looks like our winner tonight is going to be Tina. So
Yay.
congratulations, Tina. You are the winner of the mystery oil bag.
Awesome. Awesome. Right.
So
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next week. And again, get back to the person that invited you if you have any questions. And again, thank you, Sandra, for sharing with us tonight. And we will see everybody next week.